Chess is more than a game. It's strategy, it's intelligence, it's friendship. Welcome to my world. Welcome to my channel. The game has just begun.
Hi chess friends, today I want to show you a really beautiful game that was played by Fabiano Caruana and Hikaru Nakamura. In this game, Fabiano Caruana plays with the white pieces, Nakamura with black pieces, and we have an amazing game with a nice line and a nice attack. Caruana opens with e4, e5 by Nakamura, knight f3, knight c6 to defend this pawn, bishop b5, knight f6, d3 to defend this pawn, and bishop c5 by Nakamura. We have bishop capture for c6, pawn capture for c6, and bishop g5. This is not so typical move. Here you could play several moves like this, knight d2, or you could play queen e2. You could castle. You could play a lot of moves, but here Caruana decided to play this line: bishop g5, bishop d6 to defend this pawn by Nakamura, and knight d2, bishop e6, and d4 by Caruana. We have h6. Now this bishop is attacked, and bishop h4, bishop g4. Now the bishop of Nakamura attacks the knight of Caruana. This knight is pinned and castle by Caruana. g5 to attack against this bishop. The problem of this move, this pawn structure, that now Nakamura is weak if he does a short castle, okay? Because this pawn structure is so weak. The bishop is attacked, so bishop g3, and now knight d7 by Nakamura. This pawn is attacked 3 times by the pawn, by the knight, by the bishop, but remember this knight is pinned, so this pawn is well defended. h3, and now we have bishop capture for f3, queen capture for f3, and now Nakamura decides to play queen e7, knight c4 by Caruana, and we have e capture for d4. Here you could play this move, f6 to defend the e5 pawn, but Nakamura preferred to capture the pawn. This is a free pawn, but we could see how he's difficult to defend. We have knight capture for d6, check, bishop capture, pawn capture for d6, sorry, and now rook d1. Here Caruana decided to attack this pawn, and here we have knight e5. And now you could play 2 different moves. You have not to capture this knight with the bishop. If you capture, pawn come here, d4 e5, and now this d pawn, this up pawn is really strong, so this is not a good idea. You have to move the queen, and you can play this really interesting move, or this. What is the difference? If you play queen a3, it is a very interesting line. Here black can castle, long castle, because this pawn falls, so prevents the long castle, and the short castle is prevent because this pawn structure G and H pawn is so weak. But here Caruana decide to play queen f5, a really nice move, however, and now we have c5. Nakamura decide to defend this pawn, but this is a weak pawn because you can see the double up pawn on d5. So, and now we have c3. This is a nice idea. You have to open up the file for the rook. The king of Nakamura is still in the center. Queen a5 prevents a long castle, and the short castle is always prevented because the pawn structure is bad. So this is a problem. Nakamura has one pawn more, but his king is in trouble. We have d capture for c3, and now in this position we are a winning move. Here we have a winning position for white. So if you want to stop the video, try to find the best move for white. And yeah, you have not to capture the pawn, but you have to play rook capture for d6. If Nakamura captures the rook, we have bishop capture, and now the rook on h8 is lost. You have to move the queen, and after the queen moves, we have bishop for h8. Okay, so this is not a good move. So here Nakamura plays knight c4, and now here you have to be careful. You have not to come back with the rook. If you come back with the rook, this pawn is captured, and this pawn is supported by this knight, and here black can try something. You have to play here, you have to find this move, queen for c5. With this move, white captures the pawn, but defends this rook. Now this rook is defended by the bishop and by the queen, and this knight is attacked. The only move here is captures the knight, the rook. So we have a knight capture for d6, bishop capture for d6, and now it's a big problem because the king of Nakamura is in the center, and Caruana has a lot of open lines. So bishop, queen e6, and now queen b5 check. And you can see this beautiful diagonal on the light square, on the dark square. This king has no move. You can play this. If you play this, follow queen e5, and now this rook falls. So this is not possible. Here we have king d8, the only move, and now not this, rook d1. It's better play bishop e5. This rook is attacked, and here we have rook e8, and now there is a problem. We have queen capture for b7. The idea is to the next move is come with the rook here. So here, if you try to defend with move like this, follow this rook here, and this is checkmate. And here Nakamura decide to play after queen b7 c2 to prevent this rook d1, but there is checkmate in one in this position. Try to find it, because the move here is queen c7 checkmate. So this is so beautiful game with the checkmate in one after 25 moves, and you can see this sacrifice of this pawn that is so weak to defend, and After this, follow this sacrifice to open line and to prevent the possibility for the opponent to castle. This is the point of this game. I hope this video enjoy you. Thank you very much for watching my video. Remember to subscribe to my channel, and thank you very much. See you soon with another video. Bye.